What's good, everyone? Good morning. I'm coming to you from beautiful Burleigh, probably my favourite spot on the coast, and I've just been chilling here. Got myself a coffee just before, got myself some brekkie because I skipped brekkie this morning. I don't know why, I just forget to have brekkie sometimes, but the weather's actually quite nice. It's fairly windy. You can see the water's pretty choppy behind me, but you know, it's always a pleasure to come down here and just relax. It's really a pleasure just to live in this beautiful place. I go to uni up in Brisbane and the people ask me, what's it like living on the Gold Coast? And I said, it's fantastic. It's probably one of the best places to live in the world, in my opinion. I was born and raised here and, you know, it's always been home to me. You know, even when I go overseas or go travel somewhere around the country, I come here and I'm like, you know, yeah, this is home. You fly in, do the loop. Normally in the winter time when the wind's coming from the south, we normally do the loop around there and through to the airport, but this has always been my home. I just stepped in some glass there, like I had shoes on. But yeah, this is probably the best place just to chill out, no pressure. Anyway, without further ado, let me go through track by track for my debut EP, A Little More Time, which comes out July the 11th, and I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. Okay, so first track, It Should Have Been Me, which is already out, and it's still available to stream, so if you haven't had a listen, definitely go check it out. But it's a mix of like hard rock and pop, and I've kind of blended that together into one song, which is probably one of the coolest things I've done making music. And you know, I've really started getting into the sort of rock and roll vibe, and that's kind of where I want to go towards my future kind of music, as well as blending in pop aspects of it. Like, I've always been pop at the start, and then, you know, we change as people, and you know, you just want to change the genre, and that's totally cool. You know, people change their minds all the time. Anyway, I wrote this about how I got rejected in high school, and you know, I respect that she didn't want to date me. You know, you got to respect people's decision at the end of the day, and that's cool. So I basically wrote that one about how, you know, it should have been me, you know, in a relationship with her, instead of her going to all these other guys and then, you know, not working out. And I was just like, if you just give me a chance, you know, maybe one day, you know, you might be happy, you know. Not saying I'm the best guy in the world, but, you know, it's definitely worth writing at the end of the day. And I'm sure a lot of guys have gone through this situation heaps of times before, so I guess I'm not the only one. So track number 2, I'm not going to announce the name just yet. You're going to have to wait till July the 11th, but track 2, this one's about how I've been talking to this girl for a long time, and she's kind of given me mixed signals, and she like doesn't want to make up her mind, and you know, she's kind of just confusing me a little. And sometimes she could be like chill one day and then crazy the next, and I'm like, dude, can't you just make up your mind and just explain, you know, what you're feeling? So I wrote that out of interest, and that song just came together, and I kind of wanted to go for a crunchy guitar intro and sort of make it an early 2000s, late 90s sort of rock and roll with a mix of pop again, like my first track, you know, song. And I wrote that, and at the end of the day, it just became a little rock and roll pop ballad, and that's really how you can explain it. Nothing really exciting, but yeah, really excited for you guys to hear that one. But yeah, it's basically about how this person, this girl in particular, and I'm sure a lot of guys, again, have been through this situation. She's giving you mixed signals, and she's like good the one day and then crazy the next, and she just won't tell you. She's just like, oh yeah, whatever, it's fine, you know. Typical girl stuff, you know. After saying that, I'm probably going to get a lot of controversy, but that's okay. I'm cool with that. Alright, moving on to track number 3. Now, track number 3 is a very similar story to track number 2. And this one's sort of an acoustic folk, upbeat pop song with a blend of like sort of rock and roll drums, but like it's very like kicked back a little bit. It's very different from the last 2 songs I made, sorry. And this one basically tells a story of like, I had feelings for this girl, and you know, I kind of stuffed up. I kind of gave her mixed signals. I don't know which way the boat was rocking. I don't know if she was giving mixed signals. I don't know if I was giving mixed signals, but I guess communication wasn't there in that scenario, and I was like, oh, I don't know what to do, you know, she's seeing other guys, is she doing this, you know? And typical, you know, male thing that we all go through, and I'm like, what do I do? Do I just commit or not? So I kind of messaged her on socials, and I'm like, hey, you know, what's up? What have you been up to? And she's like, oh, nothing much, just work. And I didn't really know how to break the ice. And, you know, with this EP, it's pure honesty with all my music, and, you know, we all go for this love relationship thing, and going into my early 20s, I've kind of learnt the hard way, but gone through the easy way at the same time. And, you know, we go through these stages in life, and just got to accept it. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm relaxed being a single guy. You know, it's a lot of pressure being a Gen Z fella, and, you know, relationships, people being in relationships. But, you know, at the end of the day, you just got to be chill and take it easy, because, you know, I've enjoyed, you know, my aviation stuff. I've enjoyed making my own music and moving forward with life. But, you know, sometimes things like relationships hold you back, like, oh, why can't that be me? Why can't that be me? But anyway, I wrote the chorus. Maybe I should, you know, hang up this time, because I'm scared of what I'll find. Because I don't know, like, should I just cut the girl off? Should I keep talking to her? Like, it's that confusion scenario where you're not sure what to do. And, you know, we've all been there before. No need to go any deeper than that. But yeah, you got to wait till July the 11th again to hear the rest of the song. But the song will make sense once you hear it. Like, the whole EP will go through my life story, like what I've experienced going from my early teens to late 20s. And all of it will just make sense. Like, just wait till the date. Just wait till the date, guys. And final track number 4. This one is an upbeat ballad, pop rock song, which I created with my good mate, Bo. I go to uni with him, and we got together in the studio, and he helped me put the song together. I just played the guitar parts and sang the vocal lines. And we kind of just made this sort of pop rock, you know, rock and roll track that's kind of got a bit of like funk and kind of that little element into it. Kind of like got a bit of funk and all different kinds of elements in it. And, you know, I really enjoyed making it together with Bo. Like, Bo's an incredibly talented producer. Like, I could have not thanked him enough, and I really look forward to working with him in the future. But all in all, this final track is about how you just want to win life, and you just want to not give a shit and just enjoy life as it comes. And, you know, you just got to learn to just be grateful for what you've got. You know, a lot of people aren't as grateful as me, and I've learned that as an individual. You know, you might think I'm like bullshit right now, but I'm grateful for what I've got. You know, I see people in like flashy cars, flexing with their money, you know, people, and like living a place like this, as great as it is, you know, you have people that flex. And, you know, sometimes I wish I had all that money, but, you know, you just got to be grateful for what you have. And, you know, I am, because, you know, life's given to you, and it's your choice on how you want to live it. And basically, I wrote the song of how I'm good with the life I've been giving, and I'm just going to keep living it to the top and just be happy every single day. So, and I feel like the world needs more of that, because there's just so much controversy and negativity around, and I feel like more songs should be about that. So I wrote one of those just to keep that as the last track, to keep everyone upbeat and happy, and, you know, keep everyone moving forward. But I'm grateful that I got to write a song like that, and, you know, learn to move forward with life and just be positive and have a positive outlook on things. You know, you just got to learn to relax and chill, bust the social anxiety, you know, move forward with life. And yeah, just all in all, just that's what I have to say. I'm having a mind blank, but yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out for pre-save links. I'm going to post it all on my social media for you guys to check it out, and I'm looking forward to you guys listening to my debut EP a little more time, and you guys will like understand, and it'll kind of make sense where it all come from for all the 4 songs, and it'll kind of all just make sense at the end and how the EP all came together. But, you know, I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to be taking a break from recording and writing music, enjoy my holidays during my uni break, and, you know, let you guys enjoy the new music, and I'll be back with it soon. But for now, ciao, and I will see you guys in the next video until we meet again on the socials or in real life, whenever we meet. Anyway, you guys have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching and tuning in as always, and I'll see you guys soon.